general nerdery.
I know we watched 3 trailers for 3 things that I enjoy, but my brain is just going Dune, 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 Dune. Pretty much since we watched that trailer for the first time on Saturday.
Yeah. Dune.
It's a rad trailer. It looks really great. I haven't even seen any of the other ones, and I want to see them.
Real quick though, welcome to, GNT, General Nerdery Trailers, Gin and Tonics, someday we will name this, probably on the last episode. Until then, this is your trailer podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
That's Steven. You already heard him. He's here.
The trailer review.
Let's actually save Dune for last, though, because...
Yeah, sounds good to me. How about Metalocalypse first?
So, for both this one and the next one with Futurama, I love both of these shows. I have not seen the last several seasons.
So I was in the middle of catching up on Metalocalypse because I never watched the last season, and then they took it off of Max. So I still haven't watched the last season.
I know I've seen up through season 2 several times. I've seen season 1 so many goddamn times.
Holy shit, so many times.
I think I've seen...
Steven, Metalocalypse?
Never actually seen Metalocalypse.
Oh,
you know
so that
the
trailer
premise?
had to be interesting for you
I'm
then.
familiar with it in that, like, it was airing while I was watching other Adult Swim stuff, so I've seen, like, promotions for it, but, like, wasn't like, calling to me at any point, so I'd never really watched it yet. Don't think it's bad or anything, nothing against it, just, like, didn't get its hooks to me yet.
I don't even know how many seasons there have been.
7 or 8? I can't
Jesus
remember.
Christ. Yeah, I've seen less than half of it then. Metalocalypse is one of the few metal bands I genuinely enjoy, or Deathclock is, because Metalocalypse is so fucking funny, and they like to put orchestral background in them.
Yeah.
Who's, like, the writer of that show?
Brendan or Brandon Smalls.
This is why I'm familiar with it. He does a bunch of other podcasts, and he's very funny and cool and interesting.
Plus,
And a talented musician.
I was going to say, plus, the band Deathclock tours.
Yeah. He gets studio musicians to come in and fill in all the other parts, so because he can't play all of them at once, but
still fucking rad as shit. That's impressive.
This is everything I would expect from a Metalocalypse movie?
I never got to finish the show either, so I don't know if this is something that has come up before, but the whale makes me happy.
Yeah, I don't know why Nathan Explosion is talking to a whale. That one is beyond me.
I have to imagine it's kind of a reference to Gojira's flying whales, but
I just, it made me think of, like, in Avatar The Last Airbender where he talks to the lion turtle. Like, there's just kind of a thing of, like, fate is happening, and now this animal of great age and wisdom will talk to you and be like, will you save the world or not? Because, from the first goddamn episode, there's been implications that there is, like, darker things happening, yes. I'm not surprised by any of this. I do love that they are maintaining that the band is a bunch of dipshits that do not understand what's happening and don't overly care.
Yeah.
Like, if they were suddenly action heroes, it wouldn't work.
Right. But they all are dumbasses.
I'm kind of surprised
Constantly.
to see the band manager, like, involved in some kind of cult thing or whatever, even though he's my favorite character in this fucking series. I don't know why in the first season when he says the line, "That's my bread and butter you're fucking with," is like the best delivered line in the history of cartoons.
It's so good. It looks like Dr. Roxo's being reanimated.
Oh, right. He
does cocaine.
Okay, last I saw him, Dr. Roxo was no longer doing cocaine, so that's my knowledge of where we ended off.
But he does cocaine.
Also, what is that sea lion clown thing from Pokemon Go? It's
Hoplio?
it's what Spheal evolves into.
Oh. Just evolves into a big-ass walrus type.
That's walrus, not sea lion.
Yeah, Walrein?
Yeah, that's it. I've named anyone that I kept Dr. Roxo. Because it does look like it does cocaine.
Yeah.
God, I mean, again, I have no idea what the fuck is happening in most of this because I'm so far behind. It made me want to watch Death Clock again. Or Metalocalypse. Everyone calls it Death Clock, even though it's called Metalocalypse. The fucking trailer calls it, or not Death Clock, intro calls it Death Clock.
And I have to imagine they still have Mark Hamill doing the voice for the leader of the tribunal.
He didn't... Did he play the leader? I thought he played the guy that was always doing the, like... here's... like, giving the information out.
Oh, no, I think he's the leader. That I'd have to look that up again now, but...
Either way, I assume they want to get Mark Hamill in because he is their biggest name by far.
Yeah. Futurama?
I've seen the original 3 seasons of Futurama more times than I can count. I didn't like the direct-to-DVD movies very much. They were okay. And I've seen only bits and pieces of the Comedy Central era.
I think I've seen all of that. Like the original run, the direct-to-video movies. Which those are like what, Bender's Game and like the
Bender's
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Score and I don't remember. There's like 3 of them though.
Yeah, I don't remember the
Beast
names.
with the
but a thousand backs or
billion backs or something
whatever
like
it is.
that. Yeah, those I all watched, and then I think I watched all of the Comedy Central run. I think, and I was, that's why I was quiet while you were talking about Metalocalypse.
Yeah, you've never seen it. So.
I've never seen it, so I was like, I'm just going to figure out what I have seen of Futurama over here. And as far as I could tell, I think I've seen everything that's out.
I know I've seen it all, for sure. Some of it I've definitely seen a lot more than others. But
Yeah.
I've seen bits of the Comedy Central run. Remind me if I'm wrong. That one seemed like it was a little more, I don't know, cerebral might not be the right term for it, but a little more like experimental with what they were doing than the original series was. Or maybe I've just seen like the 3 episodes that got weird with it.
I don't know if I've seen them enough times to have that much of an opinion on them.
Same. I was literally just like, I don't want to say, considering I feel like I've only seen...
Because I've seen them, I know I've seen them all. I think I've seen them all twice, but twice is probably also the maximum. Other than that final episode, I believe I've seen that more and, like, cried.
There's
really
certain
hard.
episodes that I know I've seen more than once just because of, like, having Comedy Central and it being in syndication at points. But, like, I couldn't say for sure. I wouldn't even know, like, what would be a season 1 and what would be, like, later Comedy Central stuff.
This just looks like more good Futurama, though.
It looks very much like old school Future. I mean, obviously updated to it's coming out in 2023 instead of 1999. But
yeah.
Very old school Futurama feel to it.
I'm completely down. Like, I was like, oh, it felt like having an old friend back.
As I said, the worst Futurama stuff, in my opinion, was the direct-to-DVD movies, and they were still fine.
Yeah, I liked them still.
They were
I
fine. They were
agree.
just
I agree they were probably the worst.
Yeah,
but-
the pacing into a movie form made it struggle.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I have that. So, yeah, when your worst is fine, that's pretty good. I still have kind of mixed feelings about it coming back because, oh god, voice of Bender.
Johnny D.
Johnny D held out for a long time trying to get better pay. And I don't think he ever got it, but he still agreed to play.
But he's sad.
Yeah, and that kind of bummed me out. But I mean, I also love Johnny D, so... Honestly, I'm kind of watching it more for him than anything... I mean, like, Phil
And
Lamar's
Billy
on
West.
it, and Billy West. No, I don't mean to
Katie
attack
Seagal.
any of the other actors and stuff, but, like... Matt Groening is... I mean, it's incredibly important, but Groening isn't really one of those creators where I'm like, I need to watch what you make.
I usually try. It doesn't
Yeah.
always stick.
I saw the first season of Enchanted. I think that's...
Disenchanted.
I think I watched the first season and started the second, but, like, didn't finish it.
I meant to start the second season, never got around to it.
I think I just haven't done the latest bit of it. I've watched most of it. It's fine.
Parts of it felt to me, for me, that it was trying too hard to be like, well, we're on Netflix, so we can say the swear words, so we're gonna say the swear words, and we're gonna be edgy.
This isn't quite the right way to put it, but it
Which-
almost suffers from like Willow syndrome, of like Willow was supposed to be George Lucas's fantasy Star Wars, if you ignore the fact that Star Wars is already fantasy and yada yada yada. And as much as I fucking love Willow, it kind of struggles when you put it up against the lightning in the bottle that is fucking Star Wars: A New Hope. And I say that as someone who fucking loves Willow.
Right.
So it's good, but like this felt like, oh, Matt Groening is doing Futurama but fantasy, and it's not that, but like I don't know, it made it hard for me to get excited for it when my brain went that way.
I do find it interesting when like very, very specific like creators who have like a very feel of it, like a time or like a rhythm to what they create, then create a different genre. Because like what comes to mind for me is like the Orville. Like I really enjoyed the Orville, despite it being like a Seth MacFarlane-ass Star Trek.
That's another one I need to get back into, and literally it's the Orville fan base that made me stop watching it. And there's plenty of like cool people who like the Orville, don't get me wrong, but the ones that are like, yeah, this is the only real Trek now. All other Trek sucks. I watched the Orville, and I'm like, well, fuck you then. And that's a bad habit of mine.
No, you're right on that one.
I watched the first season, 2 seasons, something like that, and apparently it's only gotten better since I stopped watching, and I really liked what I saw.
Orville got decidedly better through all season 1. Season 2, I never finished it, but I liked what I saw, and season 3 is supposed to be really good.
I forget where it makes the jump from.
Season
Fox.
3 is when it jumps to Hulu.
Okay, so the end of season 2 does some wild fucking shit, and it's super rad. And then I watched the first episode of season 3, and that's where I fell off on it recently. Because I mostly, didn't know that it came back, and then I just, like, was really baked, and whoops, Orville season 3, they brought it to Hulu? Let's do this! And then I promptly forgot it after watching the first episode. But I do remember them dealing with the fallout of season 2 in episode 1 of season 3, and it is fucking cool. And now that I'm remembering this, I want to go back.
But bringing us back to Futurama, which still kind of works, because it went from Fox, then Comedy Central, I guess, but then to Hulu.
Yeah. Followed a lot of the same pattern there.
I think it could really work. I mean, Futurama has been probably the most reliably good thing Groening made. And Disenchanted was not bad. I just didn't...
Yeah, it's fine.
No,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good things there. It just didn't work for me personally.
And
And that's a fantasy for me in general. Like, it's sometimes really hard.
It's a crapshoot, man.
Like, it's either I love it or I hate it. It's really polarizing for me.
The little elf dude I didn't like, and that's, I think, where I struggled. Like, when you don't like one of the 3 main characters, it just gets...
Little draining.
Well, and, like, even, if we're going to keep on Groening, The Simpsons is very rarely terrible. Like, if I ever put on a random episode from the modern day, it's not like it's bad TV. It's just not like
I just usually pay more attention to my phone.
Yeah. It'll give me a moment or two that I'll giggle through it. So, like...
It's been a while since I've watched it, but, like, the complaints of, like, later era Simpsons being bad, it's wild to me. And that, like, I know that, like, up to season 10 at least is really great.
It's not so much that, I mean, even that it got bad, it's that after 30 years, I don't care anymore.
Right?
And the format of the show, I mean, we did a whole fucking episode on this, went from, like, real family life to, holy shit, the zany adventures. But Futurama is built a little better to handle zany adventures, because it's not the modern American family that feels anachronistic as shit now. It's... sci-fi.
Sci-fi, like Dune?
No, nothing like Dune.
We saw Sandworm in the Futurama trailer.
Yeah, we also saw what looked like the intestinal worms being back, which I'm not crazy about, but that is like the perfect episode. Yes, Dune.
Dune?
I keep being blown away the amount that they're letting Chani have personality.
I'm almost blown away by how much they're showing, but I tried the other day to put myself in the viewpoint of somebody who doesn't know the story, and it probably makes no sense. Steven, does this trailer make much sense to you?
I mean,
Because they give away some huge moments.
What, you mean like young pup?
Yeah. And just like you know what, we have a good idea of what those explosions are at the end.
Uh-huh.
We see part of the fade.
Yeah, and we definitely see
Fight.
the waters of life, but like that doesn't mean shit.
That's what I'm saying, is like, we know what it means.
yeah, none of this was all lost on me. I did understand like the basic concepts of like this family's been warring for centuries and is here helping.
You've not seen the first one either.
No,
yet,
I
so
haven't
this
seen
is-
any of them. What I know is what you've talked about on the podcast and
I'm sorry.
what you have talked about with me specifically.
It's like Game of Thrones, but good. God, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. You're right that it shows a lot, but it also doesn't show us dick, because it shows us brief, important moments. But I mean, literally, like 3 or 4 seconds of those brief, important moments. And if they're trying to get to the end of the book, end of book 1, from where they ended movie one, they have so much shit to fit in there that I am going to be fascinated to see, like, because movie 1 was great and it was long, and it covered the first third of the book, maybe.
Maybe just a touch over a third, but not quite a half.
See, I was gonna go like less than that, like the first quarter, maybe. Like it's because it ends with him being accepted into Stilgar's tribe.
Are they restructuring it at all for the movie?
No idea.
Like within the first movie, like compared to the book, like do they like have stuff?
It's surprisingly accurate. There's they added some personality touches because, as we've mentioned before, Frank Herbert is great at a lot of things, but two people sitting and having a conversation that sounds like people is not one of them. Herbert's an ideas guy. So, like, you know, they brought in Jason Momoa and let him just be Jason Momoa, and it was fucking sweet, but that is not much what Duncan Idaho is like in this.
I fucking love the names. Okay, so as someone who doesn't know Dune, my brief little highlights of watching the trailer. Fuck yes, I love seeing Christopher Walken.
I am still unsold on Christopher Walken playing Emperor Shaddam IV.
I am always here for him. He never disappoints in my book. He's always great. I love him.
I'm not saying he's not.
The blue eyes are interesting, and I didn't notice them in like the previous movie.
The blue eyes is going to be much more common in the second movie, because the more spice you intake, the more your eyes turn blue. So most of the main characters in the first movie had some spice, but weren't living on the planet, had just moved there from somewhere else, so they didn't really have the full... There's spice in the fucking air on Arrakis, because it's just part of the sand.
Oh, and
so if you live there, you're pretty much tripping nuts, low level, like microdosing, every moment of your life. Which is part of the reason why Paul, who's got a whole bunch of... I don't even know how to describe the plan to make the Kwisatz Haderach. Basically, genetic breeding and manipulation through psychic forces. Microdosing at all times is a choice for him.
Yeah.
and then the other thing is I fucking love how ridiculous the goddamn names are. Paul is a what is his full name?
Paul Atreides.
Paul Moadib Atreides by this point.
Is Paul even... Is it spelled...
Paul. P-A-U-L. It's just Paul.
It's Paul. It's just Paul Atreides.
His father was Duke Leto Atreides. His mother is the Lady Jessica. Like, they have people names, and then everyone else is like Stilgar, Chani, even fucking Gurney Halleck.
Well, and the Atreides is supposed to be kind of like they trace their lineage back to like a Greek hero.
Oh,
so it's not like any E's ending. It's like a Hercules.
Oh, interesting. And then what was the one you just said? Something Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho is fucking great.
Yes. Yes, he is. I desperately want them to make God Emperor of Dune, so we just have Jason Momoa as Duncan, Idaho, talking to a half-giant worm, half-man for like 400 pages again.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the closer we get to 2, it sounds like they're gonna, like Villeneuve's gonna do 3 and give us Messiah. At
I know,
least.
but there's no way in fuck they're gonna go up to 5 and give us God Emperor, because God Emperor is stupid.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite books of all time, but it's
an entire book of God Emperor talking at his manservant.
It's absolute fucking lunacy. We get to watch the strange half-worm man fall in love, which is even weirder.
What?
And there's an entire army of fucking lesbians named the Fish Speakers.
Now that's great.
It is. There's a little bit of homophobia, but they make fun of the guy who's being homophobic.
Fish Speakers is an interesting name that I need more
It's
context
not
for.
really great explained. Or if it is, don't really remember.
Is it offensive explained?
No.
Okay,
good.
That's all they need.
They give like a paragraph explanation, and it's more of a nickname based on something that had happened a couple hundred years before, because there's also like a 3,000-year time skip between the books too.
Also, a woman has an orgasm watching a man climb a mountain. Like, it's a weird book.
Yeah, that happens.
I mean,
I think they got. However, I do want to say I think that first movie got closer to halfway through the book than
I'm giving it credit for. It's been a long time since I've read Dune. That second half, if true, is just so goddamn packed.
I just scrubbed through the Kindle version, and at the 50% mark is where book 2, Muad'Dib, starts.
Okay.
So he gets accepted in probably like 10 pages before that.
Fair enough. We are going to have him kill someone in, I have to imagine, the first 20 minutes of this.
Oh, yeah. I do, just one other thing. I do love them giving Chani the same battle choreography that we saw from Paul's vision in part 1.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that she's going to take over that. I don't know if it's going to be a vision again that he's having, or like if he changes parts of the path by having Chani do that part.
I think that's the thing, is it's him trying to change parts of what he's seeing and noticing that it's still happening.
Chani is going to be the biggest change, I think, because to give her personality, to give her Zendaya something to do, you kind of have to.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Walken.
I don't remember Paul being as fucking torn up by the path in the second half of the book. By Dune Messiah, he's very much like, want the fuck out of this, but like...
But the second half of that first book is also mostly him tripping nuts.
Yeah. He's... Okay, so I had a friend, this story came up again recently in high school. I was hanging out with him, and he goes, so I tried weed for the first time. And I was like, yeah, what you think about this? And this is years before I ever smoked weed. And he goes, I gotta be real fucking careful, you're never gonna see me again. And I didn't see him for 9 months straight. Like, straight up. One of my favorite human beings on this planet, but he became the person who borrowed something and then the next day moved to Hawaii and lived in a house built out of crates on the beach for a year. The next day without telling anyone.
This took a way different turn than I was expecting.
Oh, no, he's a fascinating human being. I love Daniel. But that's kind of Paul, but with murder.
Yeah. Oh. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, so
God, I love
good.
Dune.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch Dune.
I also love all the ways that you can, like, badly describe Dune in, like, 1 or 2 sentences, where it's like, spoiled rich kid hates having to live where his dad's cush new job relocated, does a bunch of jobs, finds out he's Space Jesus, and that's a bad thing.
In fairness, he likes living there more than anyone else does.
Yeah.
So that's the part I'd argue, but yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, right.
I'm so excited for it, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that's trailers, though.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody. General Tyler here. If you like the show, please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, or preferably over at Apple Podcasts, we would super appreciate it, as the whole world is ran on algorithms, and we want to be all up in them, getting our voice out to more places. Also, tell your friends. We always appreciate that. If you want to get in contact with us, ask us questions, give us comments, email us generalnerderypod@gmail.com. You can also contact us through our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. While you're there, check out all of our back catalog, or click the links up at the top, as we are part of the Earworm Podcast Network. Go check out all of our sister shows. We're involved with most of them, so if you already like listening to us talk, it might be in your best interest. And if you want to check out everything from the network, head over to earworm.com, EARVVYRM.com. We'd super appreciate it. Love you all. Have a good one.